The Yankees were at absolute bottom before Anthony Volpe's heroics. It wasn't enough that Freddie Freeman had acquainted himself with the short patio in right field once more, muting a crazy group before it might make a sound as if to speak. Furthermore, it wasn't enough that notwithstanding the best endeavors of the fellows down the right field line to swipe a baseball out of Mookie Betts' glove that the Yankees couldn't get a run right back, no. Then, at that point, nearly as an inning. Later, there were 49,354 individuals who, it appeared, were all hollering a similar inquiry at once. That specific cross-examination was focused on Anthony Volpe, who'd been remaining on a respectable halfway point at this point. Some way or another figured out how to progress just to third on a one-out drive by Austin Wells that came a couple crawls from clearing the wall. Volpe remained on third base and perceived the requests impeccably. He punched his thigh. He scored a couple of moments later on an Alex Verdugo grounder, so the harm was negligible. Still, a day after the Yankees had slowed down their force by sending a sprinter they shouldn't have, in Giancarlo Stanton, a second when the third baseman was somewhat excessively foolish, they'd currently been jeopardized by Volpe being somewhat excessively cautious. Presently, Volpe strolled to the plate an inning later. The bases were stacked, lower part of the third. They'd been squeezed 3 days sooner, as well, top of the 10th inning, Dodger Arena, when simply a solitary could have tied Game 2 at 4-4. He'd thrashed at a Blake Trinan pitch, all things considered, a ball that wound up around 2 feet wide of the strike zone. "He's actually learning a few things," Aaron Boone had said a day after the fact. In any case, he learns them before long. Anthony Rizzo had recently sprung up for the second out. The Yankees had obstructed the bases all night up to this point and just had the one rush to show for it. Daniel. The entire ball's 390 pathway over the wall right where the red Budweiser sign meets the red State Homestead sign in left focus field. The group, so anxious, so tense, so loaded with uneasiness and disquiet, set free a thunder that was discernible out by the Montauk Point beacon. The Yankees' hole was Delta House. "That was debilitated," said Wells, who might have a game himself, as well, adding a grand slam to his prior twofold, combining efforts with his old small-time running mate to push the